there! In this video, we'll be covering how much can you make from a self-published book. How much you make depends on a couple factors, but the most important element, it's you. By the end of this video, you will learn some real-life lessons about book revenue, the importance of choosing the right book topic, and the power of a great call to action from my 40-plus books I've written or ghostwritten. And stay tuned until the end of the video for an opportunity I really think you're going to enjoy. Let's dive in. How much you make from a self-published book really depends. And it really depends based on the message that you're sharing and how you connect it to other offerings. What I mean by that is this. I've worked with people who've generated six-figure revenue from their books, and I've worked with people who've lost tens of thousands of dollars on their books. So it's so important to think about how your book connects to your other sales goals, your other offerings, your other opportunities. I've worked as a ghostwriter working with book authors for 7 or 8 years now, and I think of the most financially successful books I've worked on. They weren't the books that sold the most copies in most cases. They were books that connected the message of the book with a high value offering. You know, if you can attract 1, 2, 3, 4 people to become clients of yours because of your book, how much money can you generate? If you can get 1, 2, 3, 4 people to book you as a speaker because of your book, how much money can you generate? And then how can you present the book to the people who go to your speeches? This book is an echo chamber, it's a marketing asset, it's an opportunity for you to connect with people in new ways. So many people miss that when they write a book. They think this is going to be super interesting, tons of people are going to want to read the book. They probably aren't. That's the reality. The reality is people probably aren't going to be super interested in reading your book unless they're in your target audience. Who is your target audience? And it's not everybody. It's very specific people. It's a very small list of people. That's how you want it to be. You want to go as deep and as deep as possible in figuring out who your audience, who your readership is. If you can connect to that readership and you can offer them things beyond the book, there's your revenue opportunity. You know, otherwise you're going to miss a lot of opportunities. You're going to focus on book sales. And that's what most people do. They focus on book sales when they publish the book. They go on Amazon Author Central every Friday, it updates, and they see, oh, I sold 4 copies. Oh, I sold 3 copies. No, that's not the game. The game is different now. The game is not book sales. Most books only sell a couple hundred copies at most. Very few books sell even 1,000 copies. Of the 40 books I've written or ghostwritten, there's one single book that sold very well. And that's a book called Purposeful Performance by Jonathan Stanley. Jonathan self-published his book. He believed in his message. He kept pushing it, kept putting it out there, kept sharing messages on social media, kept going to book signings. In early 2025, he was at a book signing in Pennsylvania. He sold, 10 copies of his book. He signed a couple. He was really proud of it. During the book signing, a girl came up to the table and talked to him, and he signed the book for the girl, Ella, and her mom ended up posting a video on TikTok that went super viral, super viral. He sold 10,000 copies in the span of a week. He was an Amazon national bestseller. His book was featured on the Today Show. He was interviewed by the Washington Post. He was on all over the place. It was amazing. It was amazing to, collaborate with Jonathan on his book, even for the short window of time that I did, a couple months, and to see the vision and greatness of his book realized. But you know how much effort it took him to write a book that resonated, to work with people who could help him forward, to believe in this, to keep going. It was not an easy thing, and then he went viral. And this was great. And it created new opportunities for him. So he's going and speaking to workplaces and going to other places, and it's creating new inroads for him. Yes, it was great to sell that many copies of his book, but there's bigger revenue outcomes out there. If he ends up getting $3 a copy of his book, maybe he ends up making $60,000 off of book sales. Great. That's a nice amount of money, but think about the other opportunities that are beyond. I have clients who have sold 3 or 4 copies of their books and made much more money than that because they were able to take a reader and turn them into a paying customer paying $60,000 or $70,000 a year. So do the math there. You can get $60,000 for 20,000 books sold, or you can get $60,000 from one person reading the book. It's wild to think about, but the math of it. The math of it is your book's probably not going to sell a lot of copies, and that's okay. If it does sell a lot of copies, great, but you want to connect other opportunities to see the full reward, see the full return. Otherwise, you're leaving opportunities on the table. This is all about focusing on outcomes. What is the outcome that you want the reader to have? And then putting the call to action in the book that's going to connect the reader to that outcome. That's going to get them to want to take action. That's going to want them to say yes. That's going to want them to begin this journey, this adventure with you. It's super exciting when you can do that, but you need to connect all these dots. And ultimately, you need to write a great book in order to get them to the table. So they need to want to read the book, then they want to take action from it because you're sharing so much high value information and knowledge that they're just super excited. So this is a process. A lot of times people just think, I'm going to rush out a book, I'm going to put it online, it's going to sell a bunch of copies, everything's going to be great, and that's not how it works. You want to approach it differently. You want to approach it focused on the singular reader. What are they going to take away from it? And really making sure that you do the work to get the message right. It's worth it taking the time to get it right if you can get one person to do the thing and see 5- and 6-figure revenue out of it. That's the goal. If your goal is revenue, think about that one person and what you can do for them and how you can help them achieve their dreams, and they in turn might be able to help you achieve yours. If you want to learn more about how much can you make from a self-published book, there's another video I recorded I want you to check out. I'll link to it on the screen. It's called I Need Help to Write My Book. Look, I get it. Writing a book is super hard, and that's why there's professionals that can help you on your way in the form of ghostwriters, in the form of coaches, and there's no shame in getting help. In fact, it's advantageous because it can unlock revenue opportunity for you. So if you want to learn more about that, if you want to learn more about the revenue potential unlocking for your book, definitely check out that other video. Remember, a good book can change your life. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.